Oh, I really hate this thing, it always stings me up. So, back down on the boat. After 6 weeks away, finally managed to secure access to the marina just to come and check on the boat. And even though I've been really worried that it was going to be flooded when I got here, the bilges are dry, everything's fine, and I'm a happy man. So what I'm going to do today is tidy up a bit. I kind of forgot, but when I was last here, I was kind of sorting out all this junk to take off the boat. So I'm going to do that, check everything over, and then now that I know everything's fine, I'm going to spend the next few days getting rid of the rubbish, and then I'm going to make a plan to start this whole rebuild again, because I've had a lot of time to sit and think. I'm sure everybody has over the last couple of months, and I've also managed to put aside some money to buy an engine. So I'm going to make a plan of action, which I'll talk about a bit, and then we'll go from there. But I'm just chuffed to be back down on the boat. To catch everybody up at where I was in the middle of making this sofa bed thing. It's going to wrap around to in line with that window. So the last time I was here, I was working on my sofa thing, and I literally just dropped my tools and left, thinking I'd be coming back the next day, but it's been 6 weeks. And this whole time I've been terrified that when I got back, the boat would be in turmoil, it would be flooded, but it's fine. I mean, there's a little bit of water in the bilge, but no more than average. And I've been in constant touch with the guys at the marina, and they've been keeping me updated and checking on my bilge pumps. So I knew it was going to be fine, but so I'm relieved to come down and find everything's fine. I'm going to continue with building my ship steps, sofa stroke seating area frame, and then after I've finished that, I'm going to dismantle this engine and remove it, because I've managed to put away the money I need to buy a new engine. So I haven't bought one yet, I'm still looking out, and I'm still deciding on what kind of engine, because I don't know if I talked about this before. This is it's a 6-cylinder Lehman. It's a sort of half a tractor engine, half a Thames Trader engine, and I think the main block is like 60 years old. It's got like new gaskets because I bought that rebuild kit, but the whole engine is really old and inefficient. And when I've been looking at new engines to buy, the kind I want, 6-cylinder, is about, the cheapest one I can find is about $3.5 grand for a decent one, with a gearbox. Well, you know, I've got a gearbox, but I might as well get a new one. Anyway, I can't afford that. I can afford about $2 grand. So what my thinking is it better to get a modern 4-cylinder engine rather than replace this 60-year-old 6-cylinder engine? Because I'm thinking the horsepower might be around about the same. This specs on this say it's 120, but even if it had worked after it had been rebuilt, I doubt I'd get that, because it's so old and inefficient and basically dropping a bit. So yeah, the idea is, instead of getting an old 6-cylinder, get a more modern, less expensive, but 4-cylinder that's more efficient, so it'll equal out. And that's the plan. As I said, I haven't found that engine yet. It's going to take me a while, because I've got about $2.5 grand set aside, and so I'm trying to find a decent engine for that. But I'm not in any kind of hurry, because I'm going to have to dismantle this thing and get it removed. So I think some point in the next 6 months I'll get the engine in. So, and it'll just be a case of dropping it in the hatch on the top and dropping it straight into the engine bed. So I'll have to hire a crane or get somebody to tow the boat around to the boat lift, do it that way, but that's a nightmare to think of for the future. But I'm just happy to get back down here again and sort of see that everything's fine, and I was worrying for no reason. And yeah, I'm energized, as much as I get energized, to get back on it and get this thing done. So let's get on with it, shall we?